found an anime movie that is actually good. I kind of wish I would have saw this in theaters when it came out last year, but here today I'm talking about this movie, which takes place between season 2 and 3 of the TV show My Hero Academia: Two Heroes.
The attention sure felt great with all eyes upon you.
My Hero Academia: Two Heroes takes place in between, like I said, season 2 and 3, and it is when All Might is taking Deku to the moving island or city of Icon. He takes him to the city of Island, where it is an island where the scientists live to come up with new inventions to help the rest of the world. Along the way, they meet All Might's friend from the past, a guy named David. He happens to have a daughter named Melissa, who wants to follow in his footsteps. If you don't get the symbolism between the two, Midoriya or All Might and David, you will by the end of the movie. While they're having a demonstration on what's going to happen next for the world, terrorists take over. By the way, everyone in the AU class, everyone in the UA class happens to be there, or at least most of them, through coincidences. And what we have is basically Die Hard meets the X-Men. As terrorists take over the conference, which happens to be in this huge tower that goes up for 142 levels. And this movie's actually really good. I jumped on My Hero Academia kind of late, like in mid-second season. And while I do realize quirks means mutations, mean this is basically a different take on X-Men, but it's also a take on Next Mutants, I believe it was called, which was a comic book based on what would happen if humans were the minority and mutants were the majority, which this show kind of goes into, but in a little bit of different way as we go up with these teenagers or preteens trying to grow up to be heroes. One of the things I really liked is All Might's story in this movie. He is the number one superhero. How they rank that, don't ask. He's the number one superhero, and he has to train the new generation because of reasons that I don't want to go to because it'll spoil season 1 of My Hero, and you should watch that. Midoriya Deku, who is just a superhero name, is there to be he's the Robin of the show. He's the guy who's going to take up the mantle for All Might. And, you know, this is how we see him become a hero. I like the All Might's character in this movie and how he shows that even with the Superman powers he has, he too has his limitations. Deku is really good in this movie because you can see his level of frustration with trying to live up to trying to be what his mentor is. Melissa, who is David's daughter, once again kind of has the same story arc as Deku, where she's trying to fill in her father's shoes. And it goes really well in this movie, as well as all the characters that show up, including my favorite Todoroki, Ida?
Ida.
Ito.
Ida.
Is it Ida?
Yes.
Alright, Ida. All the other characters that I don't want to list because this movie does an actually fairly good job of taking all the characters from the TV show you kind of like, giving them a little bit of a spotlight, giving them the rub. And no one feels like shortchanged except for the people who are just like watching these actions. The battle sequences are really well done. The levels of intensity as the characters move on is really good. I enjoyed some of the fight sequences. I enjoyed the fact that no one felt like they were done differently than the TV show. These are characters who this story is plotted really in the middle of season 2 and 3. So they're right after UA and going into the next level, and everyone felt true to their character. There's a little like brief moment, and you'll miss it, where Todoroki looks at who's the guy?
Who?
The guy who kept saying, "Don't give me orders."
You mean Bakugo?
Bakugo. There's a scene where Todoroki looks at Bakugo, and they just have like, there's no words, it's just a scene and just like one of them turning their head, and it was like, that's what those characters would do if they were in the TV show. That was really cool. I like the ending. If I was to say anything bad about it, the animation is kind of the same as the TV show. I don't know if that means TV show animation has gotten so good it looks like it looks like a movie, or they're not even trying to make it look special. It didn't have any problems with the CGI looking out of place with the tablet drawn characters, so that was really cool. The ending kind of felt weird because it was like, wait, that guy shouldn't be getting this ending. But it was a lot of fun. I really didn't have a lot of problems with this movie. It was very enjoyable. If you didn't watch the show, you would be really lost about who all these characters are. If you are a fan of the show, you will hardcore enjoy this movie. I give this movie an 8.6. This is really good. It's really fun, and it fits perfectly within what it's gonna be. It takes place between season 2 and season 3. It's very self-contained. So if nothing from this movie is referenced later on, you'll be completely fine with it. But it also has things, including a main character, that will be of some prominence in season 3. So yeah, I really liked My Hero Academia 2 Heroes. But I have now you have my score. Let's go to someone who really likes the show. Take over.
Alright. Now, let's see. What should I begin with? My Hero Academia is a really cool show because I like a lot of anime, obviously. As I watch my father dab, unfortunately. Yeah, this is a really good movie. I've actually never seen the whole thing before. I've only seen like clips and stuff on YouTube, but Dad actually got it on DVD, and I was like, ooh, cool. And the story's actually pretty good. As he said before, it does take place after season 2, but like a little bit before season 3. Because like, we don't fight the League of Villains yet. And we don't get that All Might fight between All Might and All for One.
Spoilers.
Yes. Because he's still watching season 3. So it's pretty cool. I actually like the show a lot. Because when it first came out, I was just like, it's just some stupid superhero anime. Let's see. There's only one new character, or there's a few new characters, but there's only one that's like really important, and that's Melissa, who happens to be the daughter of the professor. I forgot his name. David, yeah. And her uncle is All Might, supposedly. Not by blood, though, of course. And it's pretty cool. It's not cliched at all, to be honest. Like, everyone has their own shine at, like, defeating the villains and whatnot, and trying to save All Might and the other heroes. Like, it's pretty cool how everybody gets their own way of, like, saving the day. Especially Mineta, because he was cool as well. Even though he was, like, pretty pervy, as usual. The ending was pretty cool. When Midoriya All Might did the double Detroit Smash and went beyond plus Ultra. Because, you know, why not? And yeah, it's pretty cool. 9.6. 9.7. I know it's 5.
Oh my god, double heroes. Or 2 heroes. Detroit Smash! This is the spoiler part really quickly. I agree with you. I really liked the last fight scene. It was really done, and it could have been really... One of the things I enjoyed about this ending, while I'm not a huge fan of Midoriya, I like the fact that he wasn't a Mary Sue in this movie. Like, at the end, like, everyone joined in to defeat the villain. Do you remember what the villain's name was?
Wolfram or something like that? Wolfram.
Wolfram.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a...
They never say his name, by the way.
No, they don't. This was very much a collaboration at the end, where everyone had to use their mutations.
Quirks.
Whatever.
Quirks!
Okay.
Get it right.
Everyone had to use their quirks. I did that on purpose, by the way.
I know.
To help defeat the villain. I kind of wish we'd have saw more of the fights, because they kind of like skip levels really quickly. Because this is a tower that's 140?
No, it's 200 levels.
It was 200, yeah, but the main fighting took place on level 140?
No, the final... Let's see. The main fight...
Was on the roof.
Yeah. The main fight took place on level 138, I think.
No, that's where the
That's
drones-
where... No, that's not where the drones... Yeah!
That was where
It was 140, you're right, you're right.
But yeah, like I kind of wish it would have. We could have saw a little bit more of the fighting with the other characters, but they did a really good job for the amount of time they had, with the amount of characters they had. There was literally 9 characters at least, not including All Might, who was like really, incapacitated for most of the movie. And even All Might has a really good thread throughout the movie, explaining what's going on with his character. You've seen season 3, right?
Yes.
Do they reference anything in the movie?
Not... I don't think so.
Do they kind of explain... Because this movie explains what's going on with All Might.
Yeah.
And it's never really been explained in season 2.
Yeah, they explained in season 3, but I don't think they referenced the movie.
And it's a really good contained movie. Like if you watch this movie, you'll have freaking a blast. This is a lot of fun. But if you don't watch the movie, you'll be fine for season 3, I think.
Wait a minute.
Oh.
She voices Sue? What?
What? Who's Sue?
Monaco Real.
Who's Monaco Real?
She voices Bulma in Dragon Ball Super.
Oh, there you go. We're
Oh
finding.
my god.
We're finding all new people who voice these things. A lot of the people.
Oh, by the way, Colleen Clickenborg Beer voices Yagorosa, who also did Ritsuko and Urza.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Right. So yeah, I stick by my score 8.6. You went 9.6.
9.7.
9.7. So together we have a score of 8.85.
That's not how math works.
No, it's not. No, it's 8.8. So yeah.
That's not how math works.
But yeah, go out of your way to see it. There's another My Hero movie coming out in September?
Or something like that. Yeah. There's already another movie being made, so.
Yeah, and I think it's gonna coincide with the release of season 4 of My Hero Academia.
Yeah.
So I highly suggest you get this on Blu-ray. If you're a My Hero Academia fan, it's the best thing you can do. Even if you're not, I think if you watch this movie, I think you would want to watch the rest of the show. Because I kind of did, even though I've seen most of it. So yeah, any last thoughts?
Smash!
New York Smash!